So with y'all reach us, EME on another good Tuesday night, and we in the building, man. To the community. Got my little man with me, CJ.
Man, CJ always
Hey,
here.
what up, CJ? What's happening?
Man, it's been a good week for me, man. What about y'all, man? What's y'all week been like?
Man, it's been a marvelous week for me. I can't complain, man. I see my nephew. I got Paul back. I got Mac up here, man. He holding it down in the pants. What else I need to ask for? I don't got nothing else to do. I'm working. I can't complain.
There we go. Hey, ain't nothing but big things popping with me, man. Blessings, man. I can't complain, man. Hey, everything is ball. The Most High been good to me. I get to see y'all again every Tuesday, man. I see Turk every day. I see Turk every damn day. So, hey, it's all good.
Because he see me every day.
Hey, Paul back from vacation, man. How Paul vacation was?
I've been gone for a bit. It was good. We had a big extended family vacation down at the beach.
Yeah.
And so we had all the aunties and grandmas and peepaws and all that. And then I took my son that just graduated high school, and we drove out to Colorado to my brother and sister-in-law's place. And we did a bunch of hiking in Colorado. So we went from 0 feet above sea level to the highest I got was 12,200 feet. I'm telling you, there's no air up there.
So you got
It was tough. In fact, it made me sick.
It made you sick.
Yeah, I'm too old and too fat to
Hey, you got the coolest
be doing that.
You got the coolest mamas in the game. Yeah, they went too.
I know it was just the boys on this one. It was just me and my brother and my son.
Your mamas them to get to come to the your mother-in-law.
Yeah, they went. Yeah,
I know they enjoyed
was
that.
down at the beach.
Hey, Charlie, man, you ain't get to meet Paul and them, Paul mama, both of his mamas, man. They some hustlers. I got some pictures of with them at the Hunted family at the when we was talking when we had the event for the Hunted family. Yeah, his mama was there, man. They cool as all I do.
That was the day Mac was flying out.
The same day he left.
Mm-hmm.
The exact same day.
Why you call them hustlers though? Why you say they hustlers?
They sold our t-shirts. They sold them t-shirts for $1. They didn't play. They made sure I was dressed right. Don't nothing need to take away from the brand and nothing. They taught me how to sell that day. Yeah.
We need to hire them with EME, man. They can be our sales ladies, man.
It's gonna take away from the brands. I had to tuck my chain in, stick my shirt out. I had to do it the right way. Yeah, so I like his mamas, man. They cool. Shout out to the mamas.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, it was good.
That's an amazing thing. That's amazing. Meeting new people, man. You see how EME bring different people together from different anything. It just brings us together. Remember what we say: unity with every side, Jack.
That's it.
Unity with every side, man. Yeah, man, what you been doing, Caleb? Shoot, all us been doing something. What you been doing?
Nothing. Eating ice cream, watching movies, big girl with PJ. But I do want to say that I'm not gonna say no names because it still needs to be resolved. But on this weekend, a young man from my neighborhood and another young man, they had a conflict earlier through the week, and me and the young man, just because he know what I'm doing, what I've been doing, he literally came to me, pulled up on me, and told me to see could I squash it though. So to come to me like that in that type of manner, I thank God for that a person can come to me to really squash some real live beat. Like these guys are finna get there, but he want me. Because he know what my voice is now in the hood, he want me to try to go get it straight. So I thank God for that. That he wasn't calling me for don't miss, but he was calling me to stop the miss. So that was a blessing. And I inboxed the other guy, and he said he gonna call me. So hopefully we can get it resolved.
That's a beautiful thing.
It could be something else, but like I say, thank God that he can come to me and reach out for me to do this, and I believe it's gonna be resolved.
Me too.
That's our role in the hood. As mentors, as life coaches, whatever they want to put, whatever kind of title, ministers, whatever they want to put on it, man. But I'm just here to help, man. Just here to help somebody.
That's amazing, man.
Caleb.
Oh yeah, now I can be the one get angry, but at the end of the day, I try to. And a lot of people come to me with problems to try to get it resolved in the neighborhood. So I thank God for that.
When he was in prison, he was the minister.
Right. I helped a lot of people out. But even like I say, people say that a lot. Even before then, I got sent to prison. Really, like we would say on the bowl, like a situation caught up with me and something, but I was already on the right path I ended up getting in a situation, got sent to prison. So I just kept on serving God in prison. I didn't let it knock me back down. I got involved in the programs and church and all that. It just elevated me up to be a mentor. To
It
be
helped you come
in
home?
my life. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it helped you
90
come
days early.
Right.
Hey, was able to work in the chapel. Was able, man, to have the phone, even though I wasn't no mess with the phone. I was able to help people make calls to their parents and all that type of stuff. So I was thankful. God gave me
Man,
good.
that's an amazing thing, Caleb. That's the evolution of Caleb. That's why you in the position that you in right now, sitting at that table with EME, because it's a growth process. All of our lives have been like a growth process. We've been through ups, we've been through downs, we've been in, we've been out, but it's all a process. It's all about growth, and it's all about looking forward to something better. And your story is one of the main stories that we can rely on. Because I know you, man. You can get hot, you can get mad, you got a temper, but we all do. But it's about growth. I know I need to work on my temper. I need to work on my attitude. But I know I also help a lot of people too with my story and some of the things that we bring to the table. So I commend you. I salute you, Caleb.
Right. Appreciate you, man. That's all I try to get anybody to see. We all human, man. I just want to see my brothers do better, man. I'm tired, like we all trying to see people dying by the gun, and man, you ain't gotta die by the gun. Just like that man came to me, they could have took it there. They could take it there. They both in the streets, but they didn't do that. So he came to me to try to resolve it, man. And it'd be little situations like that people could just let go. But they make it so big. And that's what we gotta teach our brothers, man. Situations don't be that big. You can let some stuff go. We can get angry, but we ain't gotta kill each other. We might disagree, but we don't kill each other. We ain't gotta take it there, man. We got families, we got kids out here that need their fathers, man, need their mothers. So all they killing, man, it gotta be stopped. And if we can stop one or two, man, it become a chain reaction. So we gotta, man, I always let people know we human though. We human. We're gonna make mistakes.
No one's really fighting anymore. Everybody's going straight to the gun.
Yeah.
They don't want to about no.
Cause they don't like them lumps. You putting it on social media. Then all the female, everybody.
Yeah.
They don't like
true.
Cause if
That's
they
true.
had cameras back then, boy, I probably would have been hit.
Right.
Yeah.
I lumped me some folks up back then, boy.
Yeah, Turtle love to cover people up. Turtle love to cover people up. Like, for real.
Hey, I used to fight all the time at school. That's all I did. Fight, man. I was an angry little child.
You think it's social media now? You just can't put up with the
embarrassment.
embarrassment.
Yeah.
It's your manhood.
That's it.
As soon as you do it, they feel like, man, they playing with me. Yeah.
Talking to somebody on the phone earlier, like we society where everything, everything got to be showed, everything got to be seen. People, that's what we live in. That whole private life, ain't nothing private. Everybody got to prove a point, man. You get into it, they wanted to record, they want people to see. Like that ain't how it used to be. The world just changing, man. Like it's crazy, and that internet get a lot of people killed. Like I say, they pride for somebody to see you get drugged out, and then you got this. Now you gonna want to come back and kill that person. Because now the whole world see that pride.
But you go straight to jail. You go straight to jail though.
Yeah.
You go straight to jail. So you shoot somebody on that camera, they see it, you out. You know what I'm saying? Like these people shooting people and they going straight to jail. They're not even getting away with them like that. They out here going to jail. Like forget it, bro. Shoot them. We don't care. We gonna skip the fight, gun them down, I'm going to jail.
All right.
See, but back when we was young, I took some lumps. I've been in fights. I won, I lost. Hey, but I took my lumps. I felt like that was part of me growing up. Like you don't get your ass kicked. You ain't gonna win every last fight. But I know I won some fights, so I felt like I came out even. But when it came down to gang banging and all that stuff, I just felt differently about it. I felt like I carried a gun for protection. I felt like I ain't want nobody to come at me first with no gun, and I didn't have one. I live by the motto. It was a rapper said, "I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6." So I felt like I'd rather go to jail than get my life took. That was my mentality. I didn't want to be in the casket, and a lot of them think like that too now, Turk. A lot of them think like that.
I think that's why it's so important that y'all are focusing on how is it that you can actually take care of the problems before they occur.
Beforehand.
Yeah, how do you help folks work that out before they
First they
feel
got
so embarrassed that they go to the gun?
First they got to know your work. They got to trust you. You know what I'm saying? For them to even off the back and say, man, let me call bro and see if we can fix it. You know what I'm saying? They got to know who you is, trust you, you know what I'm saying? And know that you're going to trust it, that you're going to do the right thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because some of the leaders would have turned it backwards and then just urged the other man on and
Yup.
with it stupid. Another leader would have played both ends when it meant said something to the other guy and got it crunk on. You know, you don't know how it would have went. It's so wicked and evil out here because people got agendas. You know what I'm saying? Why they in your life? Nobody genuinely in your life for friendship. Nobody genuinely in your life, you know, for you. You know what I'm saying? They in your life for something. Because they might not be something in their life. So they using you to but they missing piece. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
and you know,
That's real. That's real spill. Yeah, that's real spill. That's real spill. You touching on something right there.
That's real. What he said a mouthful right there. That's something me and my little brother was talking about earlier too, man. Like people ain't genuine. We live in a generation, man, of a lot of wickedness, man. A lot of people, like we always talk about, I continue to say they don't know what love is, they don't know what loyalty is. Like the woman was talking about last week, they don't got no self-love. So you know, a lot of people out there, man, they just wicked, envious. People are hanging around you just to rob you, man. Like the world is people.
Wait.
The world is messed up, and when it comes to these gang things, I say it boldly. We live in a generation of a lot of weak men, man. A lot of scary men. If you look at half of these boys that really be toting these guns and showing them, it shows itself. They want to. That makes them feel tough. That makes them feel dumb to carry that gun, to pull that gun. But really, it ain't. They've been taught wrong. That's a lie. You weak. My daughter can shoot a gun. She's 14. She can shoot a deer. She done killed them. That don't make you a man, man. A man can work stuff out and talk. I see that today. A man can sit down, even if he's mad, when he calm down and begin to and talk to another man and kill that issue. That's a real man. A little kid blow up and just don't think about what he doing. That's what we do when we go out there and just act a fool without thinking it out. We act at that kid inside us is reacting. That ain't that man. A grown man gonna handle it right. A kid just gonna not even think and go shoot everybody up, want to do something stupid. Bust one just go crazy, man. That's what a lot of people in the community got to get up out of them. They kid. They think they grown because they age. Nah, you gotta do some self work. You gotta go inside yourself and find out. Because them problems go deeper than this person that cuts you out. It's some root issues you gotta find out.
Yeah. That's how it is.
We got you Caleb talking the truth. I was that dude you talking about. I was that dude that if somebody messed with me, I felt like I had to go do something about it. But I had to grow. We all don't grow at the same time. We all aren't built to grow at exactly the same time. I had to grow and go through some things. I had to see some people go to the penitentiary for the rest of their life. I had to see people shoot somebody and it's over with. And I had to see people die. I had to actually see my friends and homeboys die for me to catch that lesson. And when I caught that lesson, it turned my mind. It empowered my mindset. It changed me. So then I had to live differently. Like you said, Caleb, you have to grow up. You have to calm down. You have to see things. It's not about you no more. It's a bigger picture. And once I got that idea, I went full-fledged into trying to better myself and better other people around me.
Right. It take you going through.
You're right.
Like for us, I know it take you being, as my pastor used to say, sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
It take a made up mind. This is the truth. The person, we can get on this podcast all day, every week, and talk to people. But unless a person looking at it and won't change, nothing we saying gonna matter. You gotta really make up your mind and be sick of it. And that's what we want people just to see. Like, look what's happening. Like, we killing each other. The police ain't even gotta do nothing no more. So I hope that people can be sick of that, man. Sick of losing cousins, sick of losing brothers, sick of losing just kids to the streets, because that's all it is the streets taking us out. But it just take that mindset, like we sick of it. So we stepped up and doing something about it. So that's what it takes. But if they never get tired of it, it's gonna keep on happening.
Yeah, you gotta want it for yourself.
Yeah, you know for years I've helped folks or tried to. And what I see is it's real hard to help someone if they don't have any goals, if they're not trying to go somewhere.
Right.
If all they're trying to do is maximize pleasure and minimize pain.
Right.
Like, you know, they're gonna drink, get high, have sex.
That's it.
And then they're gonna run away from any kind of responsibility because that's painful.
Right.
A lot of people.
Right. And that's just it. They're just and that's today.
Right.
Smoke a cigarette, try to have some sex, maybe get a little high, you know, today. And what are you going to do after that?
Nothing.
No
But
go.
tomorrow I'm going to try to do the same thing. But if you find someone that actually starts saying, hey, I want to do,
Change.
yeah, I want a goal out here.
Right.
I'd like to have my own house, or
Big.
I'd like to, be different than how I was raised. I want to be a daddy to my kids,
Right.
or I want to, have a business.
Right.
Then all of a sudden it starts to become very easy to help that person.
When you got
They're
goals,
already going.
values.
They're already going.
Right. You got
But you need them kind of people.
Right.
Mhm.
Need to stay, because when you want change, that's the kinds you want to help.
Right.
When you trying to help somebody that won't change, they're gonna bring you a lot of problems. So
Yeah.
that's why for me changing, I had to stop a lot of stuff, man. I had to stop the crowd I was hanging around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people be scared to do it. Be thinking like this the movie, like, oh, you get away from the gang, you gonna die. Man, sometimes you gotta leave them
Right.
people
You got to.
alone.
You got to.
You know what I'm saying? If they steering
come
you the
back.
wrong, if they steering you the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? What would you keep putting yourself around that negative energy for? What would you keep using the criminal side of the game thing for, and it ain't working? You know what I'm saying? It's sending you in and out to penitentiary. It's causing you way more stress. It got you with kids you can't take care of. Then that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that wasn't it, man. It
So
ain't-
what are the positive things? Because what are the positive things that could happen in a gang? Because I've heard y'all talk about it.
Well,
There are
honestly-
some real positives.
Honestly, I mean, the best thing, but what we unlocked steady was the brotherhood of it. The
Yeah.
brotherhood, having a lot of brothers, man, that you can count on, that you can talk to, that you
True
can chill
friendship.
with. But at the end of the day, we unlocked so much of that in the community. It's so much backstabbing, so much dishonesty, no love. It broken up. But even back, like we was talking about earlier, it can be a lot of positive in it. If people just take it and flip it. There's so many folks. Think about just 10 men coming together and putting their money together to do something for the community.
Right.
To go to the nursing home, to go feed the homeless, to go in these schools, do something for school, do something for the kids. It's a lot can be, but they have to be taught that. Because when we think of gangs now, I think about the niggas sagging, toting guns, thugging, banging, and that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't nothing I want my son to see. That ain't nothing, because I don't want him to do that. I can be honest, I don't want him to do that. I don't want him to be scared, but I don't want him to be one of them. I want him to finish school. I want him to have a girlfriend that he know how to treat right. That he ain't out here playing. I want him to play sports. I don't want him out here playing in the streets like that, man. Because where it got me, it's like he just said, it's nothing but bad in it. I was locked up as a juvenile. I've been locked up over 13 times. I first got locked up at 12 years old. I don't want him going through that, man. Like back to back, going to DYS, foster care, all these different group homes and stuff, man. That's torture. And looking hard to everybody else behind called those crying because I want to go home. I want my mama, but I ain't got myself in the system now. I got myself in the system, so I'm playing stunt like I'm just this dude, but behind closed door, I'm hurt. I ain't with my mama no more. Y'all go home to y'all real mama. I don't got took because I'm that bad. Because I don't want to go to school with truants. And that's what a lot of these kids on the road, they don't see what they heading into, man. They don't see that. But it's real.
We gotta go back to the roots. Like Caleb said, the roots of gangs originated with protecting the community. Back in the 1960s, black gangs come from protecting the community from outside threats. So we need to go back to the loyalty, the brotherhood, the camaraderie, and protecting the community. Like Caleb said, feeding homeless people, helping an elderly lady if she getting out the car with her groceries, we helping her take her groceries in the house, cutting her yard, making sure the neighborhood is clean and safe, making sure the park is clean and safe for the children to go and play in. After school programs, like Caleb said, we go into schools and they see dudes from the streets telling the young people, telling the children, don't be like me, be better than me, stay in school, find a trade, be respectful to your parents. If they see a guy that they know was from the neighborhood doing bad things, telling them the right things to do, it changed the whole narrative of gangs. It changes to a street organization or urban organization, not the negative connotation of a gang. We become an organization then. We become a corporation, especially if we generating money to help benefit the community. We're a corporation, literally. That's what we have to go back to.
Right, but it take brothers sticking together, man.
It takes that. It takes that.
Game, I got jumped and quoted in by my best friend. According to people, John People, Cedric Daly, Spud, them my friends. Them were my everyday friends I grew up with. So it wasn't no gang to me. It was like me and my friend, we doing this, boom, boom, boom. He kept they not even friends. That's why they so quick to trade on their homeboy, because they ain't their friend. They just from the same neighborhood, a couple blocks over or something, but they don't know each other. The full gang don't know each other as friends or none of that, because you ain't gonna betray your friend. You are the first fight y'all get into it. The first time you mad, you ain't gonna stab them in the back and try to kill them. That's what these cats doing out here, because they ain't friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, when I got in the game, we was friends. We was out pocket. We was friends. You know
we were damn near family. We were damn near family.
Across your homeboy. You'll be a square. You know what I'm saying? If you cross your homeboy, you know, right. That's what they forget about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, y'all first fight you get in, y'all ain't friend no more. Man, like it done got real weird out there with the gangbang stuff. They just need to start being loyal to each other, being friends. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's so and in the black community, man, everybody, like I said before, everybody just want to be so hard, just too hard.
Too gangster.
You can speak, bro. You don't have to bang on me every time you see me. You can let stuff go, bro. Like so wrong, man. I ain't telling nobody to be no female. You ain't gotta be no sissy. At the end of the day, you can speak, you can show love, man. That's what we need. I can't say that enough, man. If people just start to love and come together and just be, man, that the world will change, man. And I always go back to the message, man, because I am what I am. I'm a minister, man. I always go back to what Christ taught, loving people, man. That's the message, man. That's all he was teaching. Love your neighbor. As I said, we say south side, we east end, we west side. That's your neighborhood. Love it as yourself. Love your people. Right. Look out for your people. Don't be.
Get cool with each other.
Keep love each other. That's what settle these problems.
And if you love each other, you love each other by action. Right, love is an action word. So you can't just say I love you, brother, if you ain't showing this brother when he down and out, or if he needs something, you laughing at him. Because that's what they doing now. If they see somebody that was less than what they got, they laughing at them, they clowning them. Instead of uplifting them or showing them how to get a job or showing them how to get a trade, you're supposed to uplift your brother, especially from the same neighborhood. That's corny. That's weak. That's weak if you ain't uplifting your brother when you got an opportunity. You want a better platform.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta start getting money.
Legit money, like not illegally. I'm talking about legit money. Right? People gotta learn how to start getting it, because we don't know. Like, I ain't know how to get legit money. I thought it was just work a job. You know what I'm saying? But there's other kind of avenues, ways you can get money out here to survive.
So many ways.
So people gotta start learning how to be good about money, stop crossing each other out about money. You know what I'm saying? And just start getting money with each other and building a community and stuff.
And it go down just them basic instructions before leaving Earth. Like, even when we talking about it, it tells you, like, if your brother needs something, if he hungry, why not feed him instead of saying
exactly.
It talks about it. It needs to be broken down in today's time, man. People need to really understand that book got a lot of truth in it, though. And if we start doing it and using it in these streets, man, a lot of change, man. We got to look out. We do got to look out for each other, man. Our brother out there hungry, you got the bread to go get him something to eat. Why not feed him? Real time.
Exactly.
You know that his lights cut off and you banned up around here, and you know his light bill $200-something. Even if he made a dumb decision, that's how you show love. If you got to go and pay that light bill, and you ain't got to broadcast on Facebook, he know God.
You don't.
You gonna be, but people don't want to do that no more, man. Everybody for themselves. Don't nobody want to love nobody no more, man.
That ain't for the whole
people
group.
out there that got it though, and I'm talking about the ones who got it though. Everybody ain't get it. There's people out here really struggling, man. Paycheck to paycheck. But those who are made it and those who making their bread, man, you can help somebody, man. That's what it's about. You can't take that money to the grave, which state gonna take it back. Why not pay somebody?
That's true.
Especially when you're in that position, man. Help somebody do something. How you from the south side, but you don't want to throw nothing in the south side. You don't want to throw no barbecues and stuff in there. Bring your kids out there. You scared of the hood. You gonna let it complete it. It ain't even because you just don't want to deal with it, because you just don't. But that ain't right.
It's scary down there though in the neighborhood.
I know more, man. We can't do it. We can hands down now. It's been really good.
Yeah,
it's been really good.
I mean, that's because we chose it, but it's a lot of people in the hood.
And that splash pad open?
Yeah.
Did it open?
On it.
Yeah, they working.
Okay. Open yet, but
working on it.
They build it.
It's coming.
Sure, it's coming.
It's good. Next week it's going to be near 100.
Yeah.
We need that open.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hot.
Splash pad.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to go to Granny's hose.
Yeah.
Right. For real.
But the thing we gotta practice, I was talking to Turner about this today. The thing we gotta practice more is group economics. Y'all know what group economics is?
What's that?
Explain it to us, bro.
Okay, group economics is when like 10 people from the neighborhood, they put money in a pot every month. Every month, these 10 people put money in a pot. And each 6 months, somebody out of that pot gets that money. And they do whatever they want. They start a business, they pay bills, they go on vacation, they do something positive with that money. And each 6 months, somebody from that group gets that money that's in that pot. And a lot of other communities have been doing this for a while, and it's allowed them to promote businesses. Like certain communities, they do this in such a large amount. They put $10,000 a piece in that pot, and by the time that 6 months comes around, you got $60,000 to start whatever kind of business you want. And then
Yeah, but that was rich
and
folks
then,
putting 10,000, man. When you
Total, you're not listening. You're not understanding what I'm saying. I talked to you about this week. I'm just saying a number. I'm just saying a number. But you can start with 400. You can start off with 200. It's just a process of starting doing something positive where people eat off of it.
Yeah, what I'm gonna say. What you're saying is 100% true, but you know, to even get to that point, man, like I said, we gotta teach these brothers to stick together, man. They can't even stick together to get to that point to do that because nobody.
But it's a process. I agree. It's a process, but it's a goal to look forward to. It's a goal to put there, and once we get together as a unit, then that's the next. It's the evolution of it. It's the evolution of starting a business. That's how you do it.
Right, you
A
right.
lot of these people
That's all I'm saying.
neighborhoods, they get money together, bro. For real.
That's what I'm saying. That other groups are doing it though.
Like the people in our neighborhood, they got a garden too in our neighborhood, man. A nice
They
garden.
do.
But
Yep.
I didn't even know we could have them kind of
Yeah, we can.
them what them things called? Them greenhouses.
Yeah.
I didn't know we
you
could have
can.
them in our zone.
Yes.
But we can have them in our zone. You know what I'm saying? That's come with the aquaponics.
Can get out of the community, man.
Yeah, aquaponics can go in our zone.
Two Rivers, right out there, Two Rivers, man. With them nice, they got a big old garden I cut out there, man. So much different fruit out there. They got out there in Western Hill. Man gave me some watermelons out the garden the other day. So about five. Well, they already gone.
Yep.
They was a
That's
little
all
round.
I'm saying, man. I was saying we can do that. And see, I used to work at a garden. With this program. I gave Turtle the link. It was called Seeds of Liberation back in 2014. And I worked in different gardens in the city and in North Little Rock. And they showed me, and this garden I worked on is right there on 12th Street. You know, by the liquor store, Pick Pack liquor store on the west side?
Yeah.
It's a garden right there, and it's a garden right across the street. Man, I used to work, they got big collard greens. They had chickens where they gave the eggs to the people in the neighborhood. It was a dude that I worked at the garden. He was from the neighborhood. He walked over, he said, man, I want to make a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Man, y'all got some eggs over there? I went in there, saw one of the chickens, lifted one of the chickens up, gave him fresh 2 eggs, allowed that man to go make him a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Right out of the garden, right out of the chicken's butt, man. Right out of the chicken butt, I gave the man 2 eggs. And he was so happy. It was like I gave him a bar of gold. And it made me feel so good. And I was growing watermelons, tomatoes, bell peppers, all over there. And then I went to North Little Rock.
Go ahead, I'm listening to you, bro. Go ahead. I know you want to. Go ahead.
And then I went to North Little Rock and they had a beehive. Remember I was talking to y'all about that on one of the shows that they showed me how to cultivate bees and how to you spray them with this like smoke gun that kind of stuns them so they don't sting you. And they and I had on a bee suit and you spray the smoke in there and you can go in there and get the honeycomb and you can get the honey. And they were making legitimate honey, man. It was sweet honey come out of Arkansas, North Little Rock. They were making honey and they were selling it. Man, it was cold, man. I enjoyed that program, man. That program was the truth.
Right. And see, that's the thing, though. You know, I even going through the prison system, you know, it was so many different programs that keep us busy and just from being in the barracks, man. That's what a lot of we brothers need in the street, man. Different programs, something to go get their mind right, man. Like if it's even class just to teach a man what a man is, how to live, paying bills, because a lot of people don't know how to be responsible with your money, all that type of stuff, man. Because Idle Mind is a different workshop, and there's a lot of idle minds out here, man. Just wondering off what they see on TV, living a dream, man. And it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. It's way bigger than that.
Way
It's,
bigger
it's
than that.
life, man. It's a life out here, and it's what you put in it. You can put positive in it, and we did that for so long. I mean, you can put negative in it, and we did that for so long. It's time to stop putting positive in it, because that's why it keep getting worse. Because everybody want to be negative, man. Everybody want to be negative. Everybody want to talk to you. You got to get these kids right. You got to get them right. Everybody want to be negative. That don't get you nowhere, man. That's gonna make him negative, and the next generation negative. And the next, we got to put positive out here, man. Got to.
Well, why would someone come? Let's say we put something like that together. Why would someone come?
I believe they will come because a lot of people won't hear. My bad, but I think a lot. If people if we really put something like that together big, and it was a bit and been done about it here, I believe a lot of people would come to just hear the mess. Some haters will come just to hate, and then some people do. Some people ain't willing to say it, but they know they need to change, man. They know when they go home at night, they know their life is out of there. They know this, but they just, like I was saying when I was younger, you play that role, but when you go, you know you need to get some stuff right in your life. You know, if you die today, yeah, it ain't right. You know you need to get some stuff right. So I believe that.
What would you say? Let's say we put a program together that had some job skills and some manhood and some of that, basically helping folks get on to whatever next is for them.
Right.
Find some opportunities.
Right.
How would you pitch it? What would the pitch be on the street? I'm walking down the street, you walk up to me, what are you selling?
I'm selling life skills. I'm selling life skills, man. I'm selling life skills. I'm selling skills that, what are you doing right now that if I sit you down and teach you something else that is better? I can teach you something new, and I can help you learn something new that I had to learn myself. I can help you learn something new that'll carry you on for the next 5 years. That'll help your family eat the next 5 years. Would you not want to try it and see? Because you can quit at any time, but just try it and see. See if it works, because it just might work for you. And I'm willing to put the time in. I'm willing to put the effort in. You know me. You seen me from around here before. I'm here to help you. What do you need me? What do you need for me to teach you that'll help you be better in life without just giving you a bag of money or without just giving you some drugs or giving you something? I can teach you something that could. They say you give a man lessons to fish and he can eat for a lifetime. You just give him a fish and he can eat for a day. So I'm trying to give you lessons. I'm trying to give you lessons that you can eat for a lifetime if you just trust me and I can show you the way. I bet you more people will come, even if, like Caleb said, if they just haters and want to see, they might come to hate, but sooner or later they're gonna realize I need this because it's needed. It's needed.
I think more people need to do it, like get younger and do it, because like they see the old people do it, then they don't be doing it because they like, oh, they old, you know, they a guard, whatever. You need to show the young people how beneficial it is.
High school?
You're right.
Yeah.
It's the young people. Yeah.
Even younger than that. You know what I'm saying? Because if they doing it and they get some money out of it, learning how to grow the food and they selling it, you know what I'm saying, and get money out, you know, learn how to live off of the life skill, then the other young people will come. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't have when my grandpa left, nobody else showed me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. You know what I mean? So
girl daddy doing in the hood about the ice cream.
Yeah,
young.
Yeah, so young. You know what I'm saying? We get them young. And we start putting them in businesses and teaching
them. The younger the better. You're right. The younger the better.
Nobody nothing out there, man. They only teaching you to drink, smoke, stand around all day, twist your fingers up, talk about this. Probably want to, you know what I'm saying, mess with girls. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't showing you nothing else past that. Nothing else past that. What can you offer past that part of the game?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So maybe you get younger. Like if I go out here and they see me with a garden and see me picking the garden, they be like, man, what's Turtle doing in that garden? That might make somebody want to come over there and say, man, Turtle ain't over there for get some money. Let me go over there and see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? This make people want to.
You feel with the old.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't know, but I'm a different kind of old. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the kind of old that was here, skillful. You know what I'm saying? It's like Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like. You feel me? So going
It
out
could be,
with 61.
it could be labeled like a master class in manhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Master
like
class
gardening.
in
Going for
manhood. Man, I
You know what I'm
love
saying?
gardening, man. That program taught me. I thought gardening was a
'Cause
square, man. I did not know gardening was so fun. I love gardening now. I love it.
Ward One
You
can
got the
have
ring
chickens.
tones.
Like we can have chickens over there. So we can get chickens
I
over
used to
there.
have some
Yeah.
in my backyard.
Yeah. We can get that stuff over there. We just
Dogs ate them.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they was making so much
The dog
kids
gonna eat
up
some chickens.
Yeah,
so we
but
had
we
chickens
had a
in
lot
our
of
yard,
eggs.
yeah. And then our neighbors was getting mad because in the mornings the
Yeah, that
chickens go out.
roosters. Yeah,
Yeah, he going
can't have
out.
the
They be
rooster.
loud.
Yeah, and they
They
get
be
mad
loud.
about this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think they need to bring the rooster stuff. I think they need to bring the rooster back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get some of the old rituals and old ways again.
When would you run the
Yeah.
program? Be after school? Would it be at night?
Man, it'd be all day, 24.
It'd be an
you
all
know.
day thing. It'd be an all day.
It's kids missing school. Some kids don't even go to
Sure is.
school. You know what I'm saying? Some parents
Definitely the
crack.
summertime.
Yeah.
I would be
So,
giving
Exactly.
the summer
I'm with Caleb. The summertime would be the best time. Summertime.
So it can be a all week thing.
And then
Like,
they can
for
come
real.
after school, man. They need to go to work
Yep.
when they get out of school. When they get out of school, they need to have somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying, once you out of school. Because when they get out of school, they on the block, riding the bikes, rolling up and down the
Yeah.
hoods, you know what I'm saying? And, we can bring them
And
to work.
then you can partner, and then we can partner with schools because you know how some schools have like those agricultural classes. They had the vocational thing they had on 65th where they had students busting them students over there and they taught them different trades and stuff. And we could partner with the schools and we could bring some of the students and show them farming and gardening and urban gardens because that's what it was called when I was working with the program. It was called urban gardening, where you grow a garden in the neighborhood and you can feed the neighborhood with your fresh fruits and eggs and chickens and all of that, the produce, and you can monetize it. It could be like a business, and you can sell. You can give. Yeah, you can give the food away. You can give the food away, but you can monetize it too because you can sell it to like Whole Foods. You can sell it to different businesses that will buy that. They'll buy that.
I'd like to figure out how revenue was generated from it, and then someone could be self-sufficient.
Right.
Right. That's what I mean. Yep.
Me, because when I get old, when I finally hit that mark, I'm gonna get me a ranch. I'm gonna ranch.
You're gonna add some cows.
Yeah,
Chicken.
grow some pigs, some water. You know what I'm saying?
Them black Angus cows, total them black Angus cows get you that dollar.
Yeah. And then right now, marijuana gonna be legal in the States. So sure, you can grow marijuana.
Sure
Get a ranch.
Sure can.
So, this Arkansas, you know what I'm saying? We get legal there. So we can grow ranch.
That hydroponic, Jack.
All that. We ain't gotta be just food, you know what I'm saying? It could be plants, you know what I'm saying? It could be herbs.
And you grow fish. You grow fish with hydroponic. Hydroponic, you grow fish in the water. So you can also put fish out there as a meal, a staple diet, and you can sell fish too. Black folks don't buy fish? There's a fish market everywhere.
Yeah, I don't like fish.
I like fish. I like certain kind of fish.
They grow with hydroponics, and they make money.
Make good money.
Yeah. Good money. Big money.
The legal like so much money out here to be made.
So much money, man.
Activities that's gonna work the kids' brains, man. Teaching them something. Ain't like these boys and girls, something, man. They don't know nothing besides smoking, drinking, and sex. That's all they be hearing from the 9 months they was in the stomach. They heard their mama get beat on. They heard her getting humped on. They heard her getting called everything. Then they get out here, they see the same thing. They grow up, that's what they see. And now you're getting grown and you going through the same thing. You've been doing this all over. Maybe they start hearing some roosters crow, or they start hearing some legit families saying queen. And the kids just start changing.
See a different way.
It's a cycle. Turtle's right. It's a cycle. Like he said, from their mother's stomach, they've been hearing the same exact thing.
Hear that stuff in the stomach?
It's the same thing.
Yeah, so
Same
we
thing.
sponge, and at that point, you the biggest sponge at which we become. Like we observe everything. So when we in the stomach and we hearing this and feeling it, man, we immediately becoming it in our DNA. Immediately,
it's already
it's immediately happening.
how we made.
Yeah, so
We gotta
start
break the
changing
cycle.
our environment.
When
Let's
Start
break the
changing
cycle.
the ghettos
talked
country.
about it before, it's all
Let's
go
break
back
this
to
cycle.
you go
Yeah.
back to the parents, especially with the younger kids now. Like these kids now catching all these charges and all that. They 17, 15. The dude that killed dude we talked about, dude was 15 years old.
15.
Like they killing. Little boy 10-year-old just committed suicide. I mean, it's stuff going on. Their parents got to step up. And that's why I applaud my sister Karunda Glazer for her kids, because she talked to them a little bit. It's nothing them kids don't know. As babies, she raised them. She raised them talking to them. They know people shun talking about sex. And it needs to be talked about. It's purpose out here touching your kid. You need to talk. You tell them not to let nobody touch. That's talk about. Don't let them touch you. All that type of stuff. And then they open up doors and make these kids manners and fashion. Open up other doors for different spirits to come up on. Man, it's stuff real. So it's up to us parents to really talk to our kids at a certain age and let them know that type of stuff, man. Because if you don't, I'm telling you,
you could be lost in the sauce.
The sauce.
Lost in that sauce. Lost in that sauce.
You might think that's cute when they're
on
cute,
TV,
but that's gonna start attracting them, man. You had to let them have them toy guns. It's really sending. They need to know to protect themselves. Don't say when I'm going wrong, but they should be wanting to just kill their brothers and sisters out there just because they got.
They should be using the guns to go hunt.
Go hunt.
You know what I'm
not
saying?
to kill nobody unless they hurt you.
Don't you know?
They need to be taught that. You don't just shoot people unless they
like my uncle
trying to hurt you.
My uncles, when I was young, they hunted. I would have loved to go with my uncles hunting. You know what I'm saying? Instead, I was in the neighborhood.
My stepfather taught me that. My stepfather
hold the guns and end up shooting at everybody on the other side. Because I was
my stepfather taught me that, Turk. My stepfather taught me that. That's how I learned how to shoot so well. He took me hunting. Me and them didn't have a good relationship, but the one great thing that he taught me was how to hunt. He taught me how to read a trail. He taught me how to get on my knee and watch a deer, watch a squirrel. He taught me how to do all that. That's one thing I got. He taught me how to do that, man.
Peas, and then you scrape the peas out the thing. All that. Man, these kids don't know how to do nothing out there. Nothing. They got no life skills.
My dad and my uncle took me hunting.
Yeah.
And fishing.
Them good survival skills too, man. People don't know that, man.
Sure is. Let's see, you gotta live off the grid. If you gotta live off the grid, Caleb, it's good to know how to hunt and fish.
All that stuff we talk about, like that stuff that we don't get away from because we live in a right now generation, microwave generation, everything right now. Yeah. Nobody, they ain't ready for that.
Our food's coming up from South America. Our food travels further than most of us do.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right. We don't look at it like that. It's crazy, man. But people just living for right now. They don't even meet. Like we are, like I say, we see this stuff. A lot of people just stuck out there. They don't even see what's going on in the world because they live in it so fast. Because when, like I say, when you get locked up and you sit down, you see the reality of stuff. Like, man, but when you out here, you on them drugs and you drink, you smoke, and you out here sleeping with all these women, you do all that, and you just in the mix and you ain't got nothing going for yourself, no job, no dreams. You lost. You really is, but you don't see that. And that's what they need to be snapped back to reality. Like, man, you got a life. You can be whatever you want to be. I was riding through Western Hills over there, not Western Hills, but Two Rivers. You know what Two Rivers is out there? Nice hats off county. And I was riding through my car. I was like, man, this stuff. I was like, look at these houses. I was like, these are regular people. They just make the right choice. They just make right choices in life. Like we could have it, but we started so young doing dumb stuff and so many crooked roads, man. And it made me literally.
No, we started property. See, our parents didn't own
I have a house like that.
Like my mama never. My mama never did. Like my grandma owned their houses, but my mama never ain't own no houses. So we didn't have like our kids. We ain't knowing nothing about having property.
White people,
you know what I'm saying? And all that. Like we got to teach our kids about having property, man. Like going to buy property, going to buy land. You know what I'm saying? Hunting for your own food, just in case. We don't know when we might have a crisis out here that we need to. You know what I'm saying? Survive. You know what I'm saying? Because apparently,
the world go crazy.
But it can't because
if they just
everybody done
the lights, everything.
But everybody done had that in their generation. You know what I'm saying? It done been something where it's flipped. So people gotta be real. You know what I'm saying? Gotta start teaching the kids something, man. Like really bringing some life
But
skills.
there's something when I was learning some of that that at some point I thought, you know what, I could do it. I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something that happens, or it happened in me at least, where I thought, you know what, I can do things that I didn't think that I would do. I could take care of myself.
Right.
And so I think that's a pretty big deal, especially to a young man who's real uncertain
Right.
about who they're
Who
going to
they
be, or could they be someone in the world? Could they get a job, and could they take care of family? Could they shoulder the responsibility?
Yeah.
Uh,
They don't know that though.
no, and I didn't.
These kids
When I
don't
was young,
understand responsibility.
I really wondered. In fact, I was real scared of failing.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of kids, they just don't care. Like they've been sheltered. They probably been had houses passed down from generations. They've been sheltered with family and stuff. They don't, they constantly feel like, oh, I got somewhere to go. A lot of kids don't know how to feel when they ain't got nowhere to go, nowhere to do. You got to keep them bills paid. You got to keep them lights on. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that.
I think it goes back to, we got to help folks figure out something bigger. They need a purpose.
Yeah, purpose. Because a lot of people don't. I said, that's funny you said that. Because when you was talking earlier, I was going to say that, but I got thrown out. This goes back. I remember being in prison too. See, I never forget. It was late. It had to be like midnight, and everybody was still woke because they had let us stay woke. And I remember sitting on my bunk, and it was just I listening because I really stayed to myself. God drew people to me. They came to preach, man. I stayed out there, Mitch. But I just remember looking and listening to various, and so many people just turned. They were like, I don't know my purpose. Like I ain't got no purpose. Like man, what you even? They was just I was listening. Like man, I just remember saying to God like this. So many of my brothers is lost. Like that's why they in prison. They don't even know what they alive for.
Mhm.
I was like literally though, this wasn't no joke. They were just like, I don't know what you think you're here for. I don't know. I ain't got no purpose, bro. I ain't figured out my purpose. This man put it. I don't know my problem. And I was just remember that conversation going around like my God. And I was just like, remember God, like you gotta help them. Like I just remember like, and a lot of them people got in my class and stuff though, but it was just sad like, and these millions of people don't know why they just here.
Yeah.
But one thing Paul said. One thing.
Purpose. We do.
Shoot,
My bad, Kelly. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay, I was just saying it's just sad though, because we don't, and I'm saying a purpose of even existing, just going like with the flow, like a fish. Even a fish know the term. Right?
There's an old saying that says, a man with a purpose can endure anyhow.
Right.
So you put up with all kinds of stuff if you've got a purpose.
But when you ain't never been taught nothing, you ain't gonna know your purpose. Like me, man, for a long time, I ain't know my purpose.
You gotta go look at yourself.
I still didn't know who Turtle was, who Antoine was. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, what I was gonna be. All I knew is I need to get some money, take care of my family.
Yep.
I'm becoming a man. Okay, this is what you gotta do. So now when I got my kids, you know what I'm saying, from that point, child support, I ain't gonna lie, child support what really made me like, hey, I gotta work, I gotta keep money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never be no bum nigga. I mean no bum person where you get child support and you go to prison for not paying child support.
Yeah.
I said, I ain't gonna never be that. I ain't gonna never be bum like that. And I can't pay child support. So now I'm gonna keep a job. So when that child support, I started keeping the job. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, I can pay my child support all the time. I said, oh, and I be seeing a lot of brothers that be like, man, they on back pay. And I be like, nah, it ain't me. I pay mine all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes me like keep a job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but Paul was saying something that he said something a couple of conversations back, and I wanted to say something. He said he was in fear of failure, and a lot of young people are fear of failure. But how can you be in fear of failure if you have never tried? The only way you can be in fear of failure if you try. So if you ain't tried nothing, you ain't failed nothing. So you gotta go try. That's part of being a man. Is you have, even though, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. It took me a little second to understand that. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Okay, when I was in the hood and I was banging a lot, I hid from a lot of people that I was super intelligent. I hid that because I thought it was a weakness in the neighborhood. I thought it was people would look down on me. People would, because I was already getting to the fights with my own hood like crazy. So I was like, damn, it's gonna give them another reason to mess with me. It's gonna give them another reason. So let me act like I'm dumb. all the time. Let me act like I'm super thuggish. But I really wasn't. I was stupid
I always
intelligent.
make my eyes black.
But I was,
You got
I was,
that.
I was stupid. I was stupid intelligent though. I was a strategist. I knew a lot. But once I started realizing that, bump what they think. I'm gonna be my smart self. And I started. I got out of prison and I hollered at Turtle. Turtle like, fool, take your butt to college. I'm in college. Take your butt to school. I know you smart. That's the first thing he said. I know you smart. Go to school. And I went to school and I thrived. It was like the sky's the limit. I just, everything started coming easy because I love to study. So if you don't try anything, you have never
Right.
failed. You only fail if you try or you give up, and you still don't fail if you try your best and it doesn't work out. That means just try again. That means you might succeed. It just keep, you got to keep trying. You got to keep pushing. That's all it's about. And then it helps if you got a support system. Remember we talked about support system one episode? The better your support system, the better your self-esteem and your motivation is. It makes you powerful. If you got a strong support system, just like a lot of brothers in the neighborhood, they don't have that. But that's what EME is. We are a support system too. We also help you through these things. Remember the brother Jason that was on the show with construction. He watched me and Turtle go to school. We was a support system where we weren't even trying to be. We showed by example.
Inspired him.
Yeah, he went to school too.
Right. That matters
So
a
he
lot.
went to school too.
That matters a lot. Because even what you're speaking on, you were saying how you can't be failure if you never tried nothing.
Yeah.
You can't, because I remember before I went to prison, you know, everybody was saying go get your GED, get it. I go to this GED school, but it seemed like so much. I was so far behind. I was like, I can't get it. I wasn't even worried about it no more. But when I went to prison, I had a support system, other brothers who was trying to get it, as well as my teacher, and boom, I got my GED. Not only did I get it, I graduated, I got it over than what I was supposed to score. I scored high. You supposed to score like a 150. I scored like a 157, 159 on stuff, and I was just like, man. But I was able to, I sat down and I really tried. But when I was out here, like I say, I was moving so fast. I had other stuff going on. I wasn't trying. So in my eyes, once I failed, it got hard. Hey, I'm a failure. I ain't even gonna try no more. I didn't try. But when you really sit down and want something, if you really want that, you can do it. Because I never thought like this. I thought I K3. I wish he was here to say I stayed. Said I'm done, man. I ain't like y'all. Y'all graduate. I'm done. I stayed saying it because I didn't. I dropped out in the 9th grade. I didn't know that stuff. All them letters and numbers, algebra. I was like, I can't get that. But I went to prison, sat down, studied, had people with me, had the boom, and I got that, man. I cried like this. I'm so happy to know that I got a GED, man. They didn't say the high school diploma is the real deal. Like I went, it's sealed, man. It ain't no fake stuff. That was one of the happy days of my life because that's something I thought I'd never get. When I dropped out of school, it wasn't no going back because I knew I couldn't do it, but I did it. So yeah, that let me tell you, you can do something if you put your mind to it. Sometimes you got to sit down, so you can get back out there. But you got to, if you want something really, that's college, that's a house, that's your creative business. Whatever, if you really sit down and really do it, because I had everything took it from me though, like I had to. But you don't have to go through that to do that. You can do that right out here though. You don't got to go to prison and get everything took it from you to get right.
Right.
You can do it.
And I went to college and I thought I was going to be in pre-med. And I took my first semester classes and I found out I hated everything that ended with biology. I hated biology. And I was like, man, if I can't get through freshman science classes, then, and so I was lost for a bit. I didn't know what I was going to be. And so I bounced around taking a bunch of classes. I didn't like college. And I was working over at a delivery service. They had a whole bunch of cars and we washed them at night. And it paid pretty good money while you were in college.
Right.
But I knew that's no long-term career. But we had this old guy. He was in his 50s, about my age now. And he was working. And he lived in his van a lot. He was homeless. He'd live in his van and he always smelled like weed. And dude was real slow moving, you know, and we're always like, dude, you got to get on with the show. And we're always pushing him a little bit. And I was working with him one day. You'd spray it down and then another guy would brush it. And another guy would come spray the car down at the end of the night. So I'm working with him that night. And this guy who lives in his van a whole lot and was just always high or fixing to get high. You know, he starts telling me, he goes, oh I got this. Did you read in the paper over there where there might be an endangered cricket over on this land, but we got it. We stopped the developers, the owner of the land, from developing his own land until they could find out if there was an endangered cricket. And I can remember I'm washing trucks with this guy.
Yeah.
Broke. Hating college. And it was that very night I looked over and I was like, man, if I don't finish college, I'm going to be this SOB.
Right.
And he became my motivation to finish college. I was like, I cannot live in my van washing trucks,
Smoking weed all the time.
It's like,
worried about a cricket when I don't have a house.
Come on.
I'm like, I said, man, I'm just saying that the only thing I found cricket's good for is fishing.
Fishing.
And I think if I were you, I'd go try to find some more work, you know, so maybe not living in that radio van.
Yeah.
But I finished college, but that was a turning point for me.
Yeah.
Was I don't know,
Right. And
I can't be this guy. But
Right.
that's where I'm headed.
Right, I know what you feel. My brother witnessed to this, man, even in daddy rooming house, being over there in that little moment, you know, the men that stayed there, seeing them older men and how they live, man, they older than me. I was just being at that little time, I was just like, no, I'm not gonna be like this. I'm not gonna be old, standing on rooming house. And I wasn't judging them, but at the end of the day, it's the decisions you make that can get you there. I'm seeing these men smoke crack, they do what they do. Like decisions you make in life, man, can tell you, damn, man. Like in your life, or you know, when you sitting this old, like, where did my life go? Because I'm already 33.
And life
I
flipping
look at
fast.
It is. I'm already 33. And I'm like,
Flipping
I had to
fast.
think the other day, like, am I really 33? Like, but I can remember when I was just 20. Like, it go fast for you know it. Man.
Yeah.
Hey, if you reach like,
You gotta grow up.
young, because then you get old, you never know how your body gonna get.
You gotta
down.
grow up, bro.
You can't do that stuff no more. Just keeping it real. You don't know when you get older and you can't walk like you used to. You gotta have these surgeries, and you never know how life hit you, man. So it's best to get this knowledge while you're young and change. And that's what I want the younger generation to see. Like, man, grow up, because that ain't the life, man. Because if you don't got no job, no career, no college, man, that drug money gonna only last for so long until you get caught. And then when you get out, then what? You should have something more going with that. If you want to do what you do, it's legal, do what you do. But at least get you something, get you a career, get you something, a job, they got 401k benefits, some health insurance, a business, something. Get something going for yourself, man.
Yeah, you get
The
some
better-
legit money. You know what that gives you? Options.
Options, yeah. People look at you different, for real. When you're doing something good for yourself, it make you just feel like, I feel good every day going to pay bills, going to the grocery store, knowing that I'm buying it. That feel good, baby, to be at home with my son. Hey, so I can imagine when I get a house that's in my name and all that type of stuff. I'm happy with the little apartment I get. So give me a free Lord. Hey, I can't.
The better decisions we make, the better choices we make, the better the outcome. It's about the choices. It's about the decisions. That's why we got to catch the young people, like Turtle said. The younger they are that we catch them, the better you can influence them to make the best decision possible. Because when they're in those 14, 15, 16-year time frame, that's when their mind is at the stage where they're becoming an adult. So we have to infuse their decisions to be the best. And when they make the best, and if it's about consistency. You consistently make good decisions, you consistently will have a better outcome. It's about consistency. You consistently make bad decisions, there's no telling where you'll end up. But if you consistently make good decisions and sacrifice for your goals, you will end up in a better place. Sometimes you'll end up better than you even thought you would be. The better decisions that you make.
Just being a positive person. You ain't lying. Just being a positive person. Trying though. Like I say, I'll be on this video line if I say every day pieces of crazy.
Nah, a lot of people ain't positive.
Work, man, and make it just whoop.
Yeah, a lot of
You
people
gotta try every day.
A lot of
Try to
people-
walk upright.
A lot of people, they wake up every day, they not positive. You know what I'm saying? They wake up to, you know,
Yeah.
mess
Get on
something up.
Facebook, they be,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with it this morning. I'm with it. Just mad. Get up early like that for real, man. Want to just cuss at the word like, Lord, you didn't angry. So they just got a bad day, period. They get out of traffic cussing folks. People just unhappy, man.
Yeah, so a lot of people, they gotta get it together. You know what I'm saying?
Get on their positive in the morning. Yeah, it's still just like that. You want every morning gotta be like, golly.
When they living in poverty, bro, like they living up in so
just
much.
the weight of all that.
You
just
know what I'm
cracking.
saying?
Right. It makes you like this.
They mamas might be smoking crack or meth or fit, with all that stuff. Ain't no telling what they mamas and daddies doing. You know what I'm saying? And they daddy probably old gangbangers and you know what I'm saying, barely hanging on by his thread. You know what I'm saying? So they building books. They building books stuff. You know, you gotta step up, bro. We gotta step up as people, man, and learn something different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
But
then be
we also
willing to help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And take what you learn and pass the crown. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they don't know how to pass the crown. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I try to make, you know, if I get something, you know what I'm saying, we can all eat. If you on my team, I want everybody to have something.
Right.
I don't want to be the only one with something. Everybody asking me for something.
You don't want to clean anybody else.
You know, I ain't the type of man that constantly let me have all the time. Like when I smoke cigarettes, I kept my own cigarette. You never see me without a cigarette. I learned that in the penitentiary because a lot of people like to ask people for cigarettes. Let me get a cigarette. Let me get a cigarette. And I used to see the older kids get mad. That boy always asking me for cigarettes. They don't have no cigarette. But I ain't understand because I kept cigarettes all the time. So I used to be like, man, why they don't want to give nobody those cigarettes and stuff. But then I started seeing that these people just doing this, like they won't go.
they leeching. They leeching off you.
And then, you know, they won't do that. You know what I mean? Then if they get something, they won't help nobody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So nah, bro, you gotta wanna support your habit. You know what I'm saying? You be a man. You know what I'm saying? Do your own thing. Quit thinking everybody owe you. Right. Like don't nobody owe you nothing.
Nobody owe you nothing. No, nobody owe you nothing. Nothing.
You know.
You gotta take care of yourself. That's one thing I want to say. Before we get up for real, like that's been on me a lot lately. Like, yeah, it's good. It's good to have people in your corner and stuff like that, but we gotta realize we came in this world by ourselves for real. So you gotta take care of you. Like you didn't come here with nobody. Don't nobody owe you nothing. That's what making me turn. Like you gotta get it. It's good to have people in your corner, but people gonna do them. You gotta take care of you. You gotta really love yourself. You gotta watch how you eat. You gotta work. All that stuff matters. Some stuff we lack and don't think about it, but we gotta really take care of ourselves. If we want to be here, we want to live long, we want a good life. We gotta take care of ourselves.
No,
that's a fact. But a lot of times, like Turtle was talking about poverty, and you remember, I don't know what episode we were talking about there, but there's a correlation between poverty and violence. Like they go hand in hand.
Yeah, there's
crazy.
They exist.
Gini coefficient, GINI, and it measures the relative poverty. So if you've got in areas that rich folks live in, there's not much crime, and if everyone's real poor in an area, there's not much crime. But if you got rich folks right next to poor folks, then you got a lot of crime, especially amongst young men, violent crime amongst young men. And it usually happens within the own racial group. So black on black, white on white, brown on brown. And to show you can go. I mean, it's on the website. You can look up.
It is
in Little Rock, down to the block. They've got Gini coefficient measured there. But it so what happens is it seems to produce a feeling in people that when they're seeing all this wealth, but they don't have any, then it make them, especially young folks, makes you real angry. Like I can't get any of that for everyone else, but not for me, and it's not fair, and I'm mad.
So we seeing too much Gini code.
The Gini
code. It's building up jealousy, envy, and all that, man, and they I have to check myself, but lately it haven't happened. But I can't read that feeling. You talking about seeing somebody else getting something, and like, man, I just feel like, man,
but that's what I've been telling y'all. I've been telling y'all that.
That's how people do.
Because they build up something else before you know you'll go react, try to take that mind stuff because you ain't got, especially if you already don't like it.
Yeah, I seen that happen before.
It can rise up. That's why.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about the violence and the poverty. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Paul just said it with the black on black and the white on white. It's around each other. That's what I was saying. He just broke it down with numbers.
I was just thinking about a real situation. My homeboy got a Mustang. And the other dude see him with it. He hating on him like how that ball did it. And Hey, we feel like, man, why you hating on this man? How you get it, man? Man, the cosign. I'm like, hey, just be happy for that man.
Yeah.
You want to get you.
No,
And
that don't even sound right. Nope.
I want to see nobody doing good, man.
Right.
Like these, brother.
Yeah.
It's called the crab. It's called the crab in the barrel mentality. It's the
That's gonna make you want it. And then you ain't
crab in the
got
barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different, you know. If
Jealous spirit.
yeah, if someone is, that's right. It's jealousy. It's envy,
Yeah.
especially if you got nothing.
Right.
I mean, if you're broke and you're not real sure how you're gonna make ends meet, right? You can't feed the kids. There's not enough of anything. But everyone else is broke around you. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like my folks tell me, they lost their dads. One died, one ran off, and they were like, we were broke. Everyone we knew was broke. Everybody at school was broke. We were just broke.
Yeah.
We were just broker than some of the broke folks. But they had community. Because everybody was broke. Everybody was in the same boat.
They were chilling.
They were in the farm. They were in farm. That's right.
Right.
But when you've got a group, especially a bunch of people that seem to have everything going their way, you don't know what's going on with them. But they're driving a nice car. They don't have the same kind of issues. You know, they're not stressing about paying the rent. And you got folks that are stressing about it, and they're pressed up right next to each other. That's where you see the increase in crime, and especially violent crime.
Yep. I agree with that one. I agree.
I was more of a thief because I knew that I did it. He stole. You know what I'm saying? So I think we was thieves probably because our pops was thieves too. It's generational. You know what I'm saying? I used to like to rob. So
good. And I was like, man, I wanted that.
yeah,
I had to steal to get stuff to get
I don't
money
think-
to get to that. Come on.
I don't think I never.
We didn't have it like that growing up. We didn't have a lot of money, so I stole. I ain't gonna lie. I can say that back then I wouldn't, but I wanted to be like everybody. I want J's. I want nice clothes. I don't want to wear this thrift store stuff. So I gotta go steal it. Whatever I gotta do. And that's why that's all I used to. That's all.
Yeah, I think that's where
robbery, theft by receiving. That's all it was. Stealing.
Yeah.
I wanted to look nice too. And that's a lot of kids out here, like mamas out here struggling. These single mamas, single daddies out here struggling. Them kids want to look good too. So instead of learning a lesson, like we saying, teaching them, that's all they know. Go take. I want to go take. Because you could even, he don't know. He ain't never seen nobody steal. It's easy for him to know how to take. He grab something and know he got it wrong. And I was like, what you got? He throw it. He know he take it. But nobody taught him. It just come natural. You got to teach these kids, like, you can't just take stuff, man. That ain't right. You need to die for that.
Yeah.
Somebody kill you for taking that stuff.
I grew up like that, like taking, bro.
Just
like,
taking.
Yeah, it become a habit. It become fun. It become, that's what you like to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it become addictive. It become addictive.
When I first did it, I took something, you know what I'm saying? I want to steal it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm taking it. You know, I took something. Then I want to do it all the time. Next thing you know, we taking cars. Next thing you know, we kicking in the door. You know what I'm saying?
Kicking in doors, robbing stores.
And see if somebody there, and if ain't nobody there, they kick your door in and go, you know, that just how it was, you know what I mean? And people, and they'll ride out to the rich folks' neighborhood and do it. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't feel like that was bad because we were like, oh, you supposed to rob from the rich and then bring back to the poor.
We felt like Robin Hood. We felt like Robin Hood.
This ain't right. Yeah. So that's what happened. One of my homeboys got killed like that before.
Yeah.
Sure did. Sure got killed.
He got killed. Got killed coming up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
BT.
Yeah. So
BT.
that's why I been big on the kicking the houses in. Once I seen that happened, I was like, no, I'm done kicking the houses. But then I was still robbing little things because I was addicted. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't.
Toto was addicted. Toto was addicted for real.
You know
I
what I'm
watched
saying?
the show. A woman got
that's how.
longer. She was addicted to stealing.
Yeah.
It's addiction. They had a name for it. Like it wasn't. She didn't even have to steal no more. Like
Kleptomania.
She just wanted to steal.
Yep, that's it. Kleptomaniac.
All that shit, it made her feel some type of.
It did.
Yeah.
That's how it did me.
See, this little old lady.
It was like a high. It was like a drug. It was like smoking weed. It gave them a high. It gives you a high. It's like it's an endorphin. It's an endorphin in your brain.
You gonna keep
BT go to the KP boy, you couldn't tell us. We call it work call.
Lucky you didn't get shot.
Oh,
Me
we
too,
was coming in with the
same
rifles. Go ahead.
We used to get up early in the morning, we call it work call. We get up.
We
Everybody
thought-
else going to work, we back in the house taking their
We thought it was funny.
It just make you feel like, you finna die.
Uh-uh.
All these autos, man, it's been with to it. Thank God for change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
did a couple of kick those, but I didn't really get nothing. I got guns. I was kicking in those where I knew people had guns.
Yeah, that's all we look for is guns and maybe some
That's
jewelry.
all I
or
was looking
something.
for, guns
Back then.
and jewelry.
You know what I'm saying? So it been happening way back then, man, when you poor and then you just trying to rob and get some. That, you know, people just poor out here, bro. We gotta just try to change that narrative and get a little
We
bit
gotta
more
change that
finance
narrative.
in
That's
the neighborhood and get these kids around a little bit more money, man. Because we surrounded by too many more
There-
billionaires for our streets to be
There's
so poor.
jobs out there right now that are paying money. A bunch
Yeah.
of them.
It's just people scared of them. People like people need to go get into them truck driving jobs, man. They pay good money, you know
They're
what I'm
paying-
saying?
I
People need to-
just helped a guy 2 years ago. He and his wife both were in a program we were running over in Western Arkansas. And he called me, he said, I'm going to trucking school. And he went to that trucking school that's over here now in Little Rock.
Yeah.
And I just met with the president of that deal today and was asking about this cat. He goes, man, they are doing great.
Yeah.
He said they were broke, like living in a shack. And I knew that because he was struggling mightily. But he said they're debt free. They've actually bought a little house that they're paying off, and they got a plan that in 4 years that house will be completely paid off.
Yeah.
They were so broke that they got real serious. They're traveling together,
Yeah.
and they bought a couple of their own trucks. So they've been sleeping in the back of the truck traveling,
Yeah.
but now they're buying. I forgot what kind of trucks they were buying, but they're moving into owner operator where they have their own business. They get to work where they want to work and when they want to work.
Yeah.
But they've got a plan to pay their
That
house
trucking
off.
get a
early.
lot of money. That trucking, that welding.
Yeah, trucking a good job.
He welded. And when he got out the pen, man, he done built this. My homeboy Cadillac, he done built his house from the ground up, man. He got a lot of Cadillac trucks and he got good stuff, man. He look like a dope boy, but all he do is well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, you can live out here if you got to go find the trade jobs. You know what I'm saying? If you settle for the $12 and the $10, that's what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? But you go out here and you start looking for them $25 an hour jobs and them, you know what I'm saying? And you work 2 jobs, 2 18s and something, and you try to get your money up, but you gotta always want to get your finance up. You know what I'm saying? Legit. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I try to get my finance up. You know what I mean? And that's what just grow. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think about that. Try to get in a new tax bracket. Think about man. I want a new tax.
You gotta have goals, sir. Sir, you gotta have goals. You gotta have goals, man. You gotta have goals.
Yeah.
You gotta have an objective. Like Paul just said, the people you just talking about 2 years ago, they had a goal. You gotta shoot for something. You might shoot. If you shoot, you might go higher than that destination. But you gotta shoot. You gotta go.
Got this podcast. Sure, we started this podcast. We started with 0, just a vision. You know what I'm saying? Then we had a little motivation. You know, we started saying, "Oh yeah, we want to get it into this." So now we just moving forward. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna work for us. We got to keep messing with it. People actually.
And we got goals. We got goals, Turtle. We got goals.
They call us a famous podcasters every day. You know what I'm saying?
I call it the dopest podcast on the planet.
Yeah. So we gotta just keep at it, man, and stay down and keep being a voice on the street, keep being examples. You know, we got a lot of people out doing podcasting now. We got a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, selling merch, you know what I mean, clothes. Just find you some way to get some money, man. Like quit living in that poverty. If you're going through the syndrome that you just said a minute ago, and that's your jealousy heart on, man, get out and get yourself some, man. Quit thinking folks owe you it. Man, be a man or a woman, man, and go try to eat a little better, you know what I'm saying? Drink a little better, you know, feel a little better about yourself, work out. You know what I'm saying? Just try to do better. You know what I'm saying? If you can drink, just don't be a drunk. You know what I'm saying? If you
drink some water. Yeah. If you smoke, like Church said, you smoke, don't smoke all your money away. If you drink, don't drink it all away. Man, I feel like we inspire people. Like Turtle said, a lot of people are doing merch, are doing podcasts. I feel like we're inspiration, and that's one of our purposes. That's one of our purposes is to inspire people. Another one of our purposes is to teach people from where we come from business by example. It's also to teach people to that you can have allies that don't look like you, that don't come from where you come from, but they understand what you're going through. Maybe they don't, but they're willing to help. We gotta be an inspiration. That's all it's about to me.
Yeah. So that's what we doing though. We stay inspiration. We stay doing what we're supposed to do, trying to be a role model. Like I be about to get into trouble sometime, but then I think about, oh, I'm EME. Like I had somebody get mad one time. I got mad. You ain't empowering my environment. That's not empowering my environment. You know what I'm saying? So now I called you out. So now I got to they didn't get mad no more. I'm like, dang, I can't get angry at that no more. I can't. So,
that's funny.
That's
funny. Yeah.
Oh, you ain't even
they do that though, Tyler. They do that. They use that against you. I got into it with somebody on Facebook, and they said the same exact thing. They said, you ain't no empowerment, but you lying about your brand. You ain't that brand. You ain't what you say you is. I had to delete their ass. I ain't talking to you no more. I ain't talking to you. You lying. I am empowered my environment.
That's good.
So, we got a lot, man. Our reputation on the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It may not hurt us, but it ain't that. I try to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, my rep here, so I can get up there and be doing some bull stuff all the time. I don't want people to just see me like that, not like that all the time. So I try to get it together. You know what I mean? That's what people be mindful of. Start having morals and value with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Think about your mama. Think about your kids. Think about your parents. Think about your friends.
Get a purpose.
You know what I mean? So,
yes.
Start doing that with yourself and start just believing in something, man. Go to church or something, man. Get in church. You know what I'm saying? Do something. Find some God ways. Because, man, this killing out here is just too much. Like, it's way too much. We about to get, it's probably going to be so much gun laws, way some stuff going on. We probably messing ourselves up for protection out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much going on. You know what I mean?
It's a code of conduct we need to live by. As men, we should be able to talk to the younger generation and instill a code of conduct. Something that we need to follow as ourselves. So I just think that y'all some great examples. To me, y'all some great examples. Y'all teach me a lot every time I talk to y'all. Y'all might get on my nerves, but y'all teach me a lot all the time.
Yeah, we teach each other what and what not to do and how and what I don't want to be. So that's a good thing with our life. We learn off each other. You know what I'm saying? That's why we partners and friends though. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna ride it out. We done went this far.
Ain't no going back, Jack. Ain't no going back.
You know what I'm saying? And this is about it, man, on this good Tuesday. We glad to see everybody. This EME, this how we rocking, this how we live.
We glad y'all with us this Tuesday. One love.
Man.
We meet again.
We got my boy Paul. Whoa.
Be blessed.
Whoa.